Hey makers, this is Dhruveen and in today's session we will be talking about PowerApps V2 trigger in detail. We will be comparing our PowerApps V2 trigger with existing PowerApps trigger and talk about how the initialization of variable becomes so easy, which will take input from PowerApps. So now let's get started and talk more about that thing in detail. One more important thing, I have launched my own Instagram page which shows some Power Platform tips and tricks. So do follow me on my Instagram. The ID is available here or maybe in the description box. So now let's get started and talk more about PowerApps V2 trigger in detail. But before that, here is an intro. Here I am on my machine and here you can see that I have opened my Power Automate flow. Now let's create one instant cloud flow and talk about PowerApps V2 trigger action. So I'm just keeping this and just created one instant cloud flow. Now let's select the PowerApps connector from here. Here you find two different triggers. One is PowerApps and second is PowerApps V2. Just select PowerApps V2. We will also compare this trigger action with this PowerApps existing PowerApps trigger. So let's get started. So I'm just selecting PowerApps V2. So over here you can see that it is asking for the input option. Now basically when we are using this PowerApps connector, most of the time when we have requirement that we want to call our Power Automate flow from our Power Apps, at that time we are using this Power Apps connector with Power Apps trigger action. Now at that time we are passing some input parameter as well from our Power Apps. So in earlier Power Automate action, what we were doing is, let's say for an example, I have used Power Apps trigger and now if I want some input from Power Apps, then I'm clicking on this value and I'm just clicking on ask in Power Apps. So that is how that is adding that input from our Power Apps. Now this flexibility has been enhanced over here into this particular trigger action. Let's say here now we need to define some input parameter, like I just want to accept ID from my Power Apps, so I'm just add ID as a number. Now let's say I want email as well as text, so I'm just using text parameter and just typing email. And let's say I want user's address as well, so I'm just using one more text variable and accepting address. Now let's say I want to initialize some variable and want that value from Power Apps. So I will just use initialize variable, providing name as ID and type as integer. Now I want this value from Power Apps. So instead of asking Power Apps, I simply can use this input variables. So just select that, click on this dynamic action, and over here you can find in suggestion ID, and here we are. So it's very easy. Second more advantage here is, like let's say for an example in our earlier connector, if I want to remove this value from here, then what happen here is it is not directly removing that with this particular trigger action. So all the time what we need to do here is we need to delete that trigger, we need to re-add that trigger, and after that we are able to remove that value from there. So now that task becomes so easy. Now let's say by mistakenly if I created any of this particular variable or input, I can easily remove it from here using simply delete option, right? So this is amazing. Another more advantages I wanted to tell you, like let's say for an example you have defined some of the variable or inputs over here with Power Apps trigger. Now you wanted to make some of the input as optional parameter, then there is an option, just click on ellipsis and just make that field as optional. So what happen here is whenever you add this particular Power Automate flow from your Power Apps, it will not throw you an error that you must need to pass your address input, right? So this is another cool thing. So this is how this Power Apps trigger has been enhanced. right? So if you are watching my earlier videos where I have explained you that how you can connect your Power Apps with Power Automate, then there is one more enhancement that you need to consider over here, that I would recommend to use Power Apps V2 connector. It is much simpler and much easier, right? So now let me just save this particular Power Automate flow. So I'm just saving this Power Automate, and now let's call this Power Automate from Power Apps, and let's see for optional parameter does it throw you an error or not, right? So I'm just opening one Power Apps, I'm just adding one button control here, and now let's add one Power Automate flow. Click on action and click on Power Automate, and now from list we will find this Power Apps V2 trigger flow that we just created. So let's add that flow here, and here we are. The flow has been added successfully. Now you can see that we need to provide the parameters. So I am providing ID as 5. Now I will provide email as, so I provided my email address, and now you do not need to pass your optional parameter. You simply need to close bracket and we are good to go. So here you can see that I only passed these two parameters over here, but still it is not throwing me an error because my third parameter address was the optional parameter. Now let's click on button and let's check the flow. So I'm clicking on this button, and now let's check the flow run over here. So I'm just going here and check it over here. So what we are getting here, let's see that the flow has been triggered successfully. So here you are seeing that we are getting our input variables ID and email, and we are not getting the value for the address, and over here it is initialized successfully. Now let's say for an example what happen if you want to pass optional parameter as well in your Power Apps to Power Automate. So I simply need to pass my address, so just press comma. So it will provide you the suggestion for which you need to provide the value. So just select this text one, and over here you need to pass your address value. So let me pass my address as India, and let me just close my curly braces. So the thing is that in optional parameter you need to pass as a curly braces like this, right? And now let's trigger my flow. I'm clicking here and the flow is being triggered. Now let's check the run. So the flow just ran 6 seconds ago. So I'm clicking on that and let's see what we are getting here. So here you can see that the parameter value of address whatever I passed from there, it is being showing me over here, right? So this is how you can pass your optional parameter as well from your Power Apps to Power Automate, right? So now if we conclude everything, first of all we discussed about how we can add the input parameter with this Power Apps V2 trigger action. Then what we have done is we just connected our Power Automate flow with Power Apps and pass the required parameter from there. We also talked about optional parameter as an input from Power Apps trigger action, and we also checked that how you can pass the optional parameter from your Power Apps to Power Automate, right? So this is really cool and amazing feature. Hope this video helps you and values your time. If you have any question, add your question in the comment section. If you have request for any other videos for Power Apps or any Power Platform related thing, just add your suggestion as well in the comment section. I will consider your suggestion and keep that in my backlog. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. I am uploading new videos related Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, Teams and SharePoint every day on my channel. So make sure that you never miss any updates from my channel. If you are looking for any consultancy, here is the website. Click on that and just go to the contact page and fill out your form from there. If you are looking to follow me on my social media handles, here is the link. Just click on that. It will redirecting you to my Linktree homepage. From here, you can follow me on all my social media handles. Also, If you are someone who want to learn some different thing on Instagram and different short tips and tricks, click on this Instagram link. The ID is very simple, Power Platform Guy. Just follow me on my Instagram because here I am uploading different posts, reels, IGTV and so many cool stuff. So here you can do Instagram learning. So do follow me on Instagram. Also, if you are interested for different audio podcast, here is a podcast channel. Click on that. Here you can listen different Power Platform podcast on your favorite podcast platform like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and much more. This is Thruvin signing off. See you in the next session. Have a great day. Goodbye.